day. Sir, here's your water. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Greg. You could just set it over there. Yeah, just set it over there. We'll fine. Yeah. Thanks, Greg. Oh, hey! Ready to learn about some theater? Well, you've come to the right place. Cue the backdrop. Today, we're going to learn about one of the most charismatic, influential actors the world, in particular the Americas, has ever seen. Yeah, that's right, it's... No, not him. We'll get to him later. Wrong guy. Yeah, just bring it back up. Edwin Booth. Born in 1833 on November 13th in Maryland, little Edwin had a very close relationship with his father, Junius Brutus Booth, who was a bombastic actor who performed many of Shakespeare's works. In the words of Nora Titone about Mr. Brutus Booth, in an episode of the podcast Shakespeare Unlimited, she says this.
You know, people said he would hurl lightning bolts from the stage or inspire whole audiences to have kind of conniption fits of ecstasy as they were watching him.
Edwin Booth would go on to be a very successful performer himself, also playing roles in Shakespeare's works across the entire country. His golden age of acting was from 1855 to 1860, all across the eastern shores of the United States, with one of his most acclaimed performances being Sir Giles Overreach in the play A New Way to Pay Old Debts, an English production made during the Renaissance. Hey Gregory, come here. You have a cool voice. I want you to voice this part. Yeah. You take the stage. I'm gonna go grab a drink. I don't care. I'm gonna grab a drink. When Edwin Booth gained all of the credibility and success, he used his swagger to purchase the Walnut Street Theatre and was the manager of the Winter Garden, both in the vessel of potential that is New York City. He had also built Booth's Theatre, which is still standing in New York City today, but it was made in 1867 after the very not-so-fun inferno that consumed the Winter Garden. Yikes. Despite the Sir Giles role mentioned prior, his performance of the character Hamlet is renowned for being one of the best characterizations of the iconic tragic performance. Am I allowed to go now?
Right, thanks, Greg. Yeah, you're good to go.
Thank you. Anyway, there is one thing I haven't mentioned yet. Yep, it's his brother, John Wilkes Booth. Who's that, you may ask? Oh, I don't know. It's just the man who assassinated Abraham Lincoln. So yeah, with the pressure of his jealous brother, along with the death of his first wife, and his father a few years before after a waning relationship, Edwin didn't just act some tough shit, he was in some real shit too. And to me, that's what makes Edwin Booth so great. Not the fact that he had a very rough personal life, but the fact that, like his father, he could channel this emotion and use it to drive his performance even further. How it can be a lesson, if you want to be a good actor, to really take advantage of your emotions and to just let them flow through you. Let them flow through your veins. You become those emotions. He had all of this baggage he could use as ammunition for some stellar acting. And since I'm talking about him a century later, I think he did a pretty good job. Here's another quote from Titone about Edwin.
He had as many facets as a Shakespearean character, and so did his brother. They were larger than life, flawed, and powerful. And so I think it was really rewarding to think about the characters they both attempted to play on stage and to always have that in mind as I was writing about them, you know, as they lived their lives.
You know, the more I think about it, the whole thing about Edwin, it's like that one scene in that one Adam Sandler movie.
I want you to visualize all those people that have been mean to you, and then I want you to attack. I want you to visualize and then attack. Can you handle that?
I tried.
What's the matter with you, boy? You too stupid to do what your coach tells you?
No. No what?
Edwin Booth's legacy still carries on as the man who was the best actor in his century, enveloped in personal, quite monstrous trauma, which was only used to fuel his imperfect, incredible vibe as an actor. Perfectly imperfect, as I would say. since the best of humanity shines in its imperfections. Have a good night, everyone, and I hope you have a merry holiday season. Hey, Greg, can you cut the lights? Yes, sir.